It's day 216 and it's time to meet another one of my friends. So without further ado, please welcome to the screen, showbiz, multitasker and complete asshole. It is... Where's he gone? Where are you?
It's me, BOOGALOO STU. Hello.
That's the best. That is the best entrance we've had so far. BOOGALOO STU, you are a complete... You told me to say complete asshole. I think people at home should know this.
Yeah, well, I am a complete asshole. So there would be no other way to fairly describe me.
No, well, we're all about honesty here. Listen, I've got 3 questions for you, BOOGALOO STU. Are you ready for your first?
I am, yes. Fire away.
BOOGALOO STU, what is your recollection of our first meeting, please? Thank you.
I think it was on the South Bank at Home Live Arts Alternative Village. Fate, yes.
Yes, what wonderful people they are.
Yeah, that would be about 12 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I had hope then. Did you?
Yes, I did.
A little. Lots of love to our lady friends and our male friends, but mostly those wonderful women that run Home Live Arts. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So your second question.
Time we met, and you were hosting that day, weren't you?
I was. I would have been dressed up in my ringmaster's outfit and or covered in badges, which I'm regretting horribly now because it's very blooming heavy. Never mind. I shall move on to question 2 for you, Stu. Question 2 is, how are you keeping creative at the moment?
Well, I mean, luckily, I'm quite fired up creatively, regardless of whether I'm performing on stage. I have a lot of things going on behind the scenes at all times, such as costume making.
You do all of this yourself?
Hairstyling, all of this, because I do it myself. So when the lockdown came into effect, I effectively started to think about how I was going to fill my time. And initially, I didn't anticipate doing any actual gigs because I thought, everything was cancelled. Yeah. But for the past few months, I've done quite a few online things. But the beauty of that is that I'm doing them from home. So I've got tons of time to be at home and to fill my hours every day with creative endeavours. And there are some days when I don't do anything. I sit around on my ass. But I try to sort of try and do something towards some kind of project, whatever it is, whether it's an art project or a costume or writing some kind of new material that might eventually be a show. I'm trying to sort of use my time constructively.
I know if you will. I wonder if you will agree with this. I had a gig a little while ago, a few days ago, online, which was not a good gig as for a performer. For the artist, it didn't go well. I think they had a good time, but I didn't. And so I was sort of moaning about that afterwards to my husband, and then I realised, but at least I didn't do a 3-hour round trip to get there and back on top of having a bad gig.
That's very true. Basically, if it goes badly, the fridge is maybe just around the corner, which has got wine in it, and you can just go and get the wine. You don't have to drive 3 hours before you can get the wine.
No.
So that's really, really true. I mean, I think the worst gig I did was in Birmingham. I've got nothing against Birmingham. I've done some wonderful shows in Birmingham in the past, but there was one particular show, which was in a venue that I won't name, but I was with Gateau Chocolat.
Yeah.
Cabaret superstar Gateau Chocolat.
He is.
And I think he had been on stage somewhere, I can't remember where it was, it might have been the County Hall or something like that, the night before. And I had just come back from Moscow where I'd done a show. And we went to Birmingham and we literally performed to 3 people. And none of them looked at us throughout the whole thing. They were just at the bar ignoring us. And we drove 4 hours to do that. So, it suits me to be at home. If I'm gonna bomb, I'll bomb at home. Thank you.
Your third and final question, BOOGALOO STU, is what are you looking forward to doing that you can't do at the moment?
Well, again, I've got most bases covered. I think the main thing is actually having face-to-face contact with people in a venue. I think that's what every performer is basically aspiring to. And so much of my work is participatory. It's about joining in. It's about feeling comfortable and sharing the experience. So it's quite odd and difficult for me to not have that connection with people. Yeah. So that's the thing I miss most, and that's the thing I'm looking forward to most. But, you know, I think realistically, even though pubs, they're sort of saying pubs and bars and theatres might be able to open in some form in the next, you know, in early July, the idea of shows and performers and clubs and cabaret and whatever it is beginning to happen again, I think isn't possibly realistic. I think it's going to be much, much later in the year. They're going to have to wait and see how things grow or decline in terms of the disease, you know. So yeah, it's a weird one. That's what I really miss. There's nothing else I miss really, other than people being in the experience with me, you know.
Well, time is only going to tell, Stu. I think you may be onto something there. And talking of time, we're running out of it. So listen, guys, don't forget to press the subscribe button for more like this. Now, sadly, Stu will not be with me tomorrow, but I will see you all tomorrow.
If we're saved.
Oh, you did that beautifully, darling. Goodbye, Boogaloo Stew. Thanks so much. Take care.
We're back.